Hello. Welcome, everybody. Ooh, that should be down. Welcome, everybody. What's going on? There we go. What's going on? We're doing a Bitcoin stream. This is definitely where you get rich quick, pelt hands. Did I commission up? How am I seeing two mod icons, Jeff? I mean, that's just the benefit of having 12-month subs. Who knows? All right, so futures to lead Bitcoin to higher prices and less volatility? Who knows? I don't know where the futures are going. Real quick, let's start a little bit about what this is supposed to be about. Bitcoin is something that's been brought up on my channel a lot. When I first started streaming 2 years ago, it was brought up a little bit. Like every now and then it'd be mentioned. People talk about Bitcoin. We would be like, oh, hey, yeah, Bitcoin, that's a thing. That's cool. But recently, in the last 8 months, it's been brought up like almost every day. And then in the last 2 months, it's been brought up like every single day. What's up, Wally Wall? So Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, they've been around 2009, 2010 was when it really kind of took up a bit. And then like there's been crazy amounts of coins coming out. There's lots of different cryptocurrencies out there. I have a bunch of them behind me. Those are like the highest to lowest. I thought it was 2009. The white paper was 2009. I'm not Satoshi. I thought the white paper, maybe it was 2008. Either way, it's been around for a while now. Almost 10 years. I think we can all agree almost 10 years. We can say that. But a lot of people still don't know how to get started. A lot of people still get completely lost when you talk about wallets and securing them and all that fun stuff. People get lost, and rightfully so. It's not super easy. It's not super detailed everywhere. There's a lot of guides out there. There's a lot of reading, and as it should be. It's it's thanks, Fender Sonia. It's not something you should just go into without much knowledge. That said, any chance? Yeah, this is recording and it will be on the replay. So it's one of those things where it's just like not everyone's really familiar with how to get started in this sort of thing. And so we're gonna go from kind of getting a wallet to using something like Coinbase. And I know for those out there that know a lot about cryptocurrencies and trading and buying, you're going to say Coinbase isn't the right place to do it. GDAX is the right place to do it. You got to take a step back. We got to remember that we need to explain this to people in the easiest ways to just get them involved. We need to get them understanding it before they need to start walking, or they need to start walking before they start running. And something like GDAX is definitely something they can look into. It's a very easy transition from Coinbase to GDAX to other exchanges. But it's just, I don't want to be like, hey, go here. You got to go buy and sell orders and confuse them. I feel like, the small fees that you will pay, and you will pay some fees on Coinbase, it's worth it to just get an understanding of that. And so this stream isn't really completely fleshed out. It's not really like I don't have a script or anything. I got some key points that I want to talk about. I want to talk about how to set up a wallet, how to do all sorts of stuff like that. What I don't want to get involved in is like the politics. Woo. The politics of all that and stuff. So right off the bat, we're gonna build a wallet, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. And you're not supposed to. Number one rule of building a wallet is you don't show everything on screen, because your private keys are there. Now there's a lot of wallets you can do. I think I made a command called !wallet. Absolutely, Dwayne, go invent a time machine, go back to 2011, buy or mine some Bitcoins, and just wait. What's up, ZXO? So wallet. So ideally, I would recommend that you have something like the Ledger Nano S. I don't know how well that's gonna go because it's transparent, but it looks like a USB thumb drive. That's gonna cost you $80 or so. But you don't need this to get started. just if you start investing and you start actually holding on to large sums of monies, I suggest you get something that is secure and is like this. There's other hardware wallets out there. For this current demo, ZXO with the sub. Welcome to the sub, Jugman. Enjoy all of those perks. How can you be sure that my hardware wallet is actually secure? It actually, the secure chips in it have there's a test that the software does. So I'll explain the hardware wallet in just a moment. But for this, we're going to use Electrum. It's a software wallet that you can download on your system, Windows, Mac, and Linux. So anyone that's watching should be able to do this with the Electrum. So if you don't have a Bitcoin wallet or a Litecoin wallet or something like that, go to that link, electrum.org, and download that now, and we can get started in just a minute. The reason I recommend hardware wallets is because the hardware in them is secure in the fact that like they're built with their own crypto chips in it. There's definitely papers and there's subreddits for this stuff that explains it way better than I will. Mr. Ghetto, yeah. So you wallet.dat, the link, the bot thinks it's a link. So yeah, we can definitely explain the difference of this between that and a thumb drive. The big thing with this is that all the keys are generated on the hardware. It's not going to software, so your computer never knows the keys. It never sees any of the keys. It uses an app on your computer to communicate, but all the work's being done on this thing. So if this was tampered with, all of that stuff would still have to work exactly the same, and the chances of that's not really there to be possible, I guess. The big difference between this and just a thumb drive, right? So they look the same, you know, more or less. No, Bitcoin is not a fixed value. So the reason they look the same, they're practically the same. This technically is kind of a thumb drive. It's a thumb drive with a screen. It's got memory on it, but it's got a processor. It's more of a computer than a thumb drive. A lot of people would back up their wallet. They would use something like Electrum or Bitcoin Core and copy what was known as the wallet.dat file directly to a thumb drive. And that's cool and all. That works as like a backup. But if someone was to find this, they could gain access to that wallet. And if you didn't encrypt this drive or you didn't encrypt that wallet, then your wallet was just there. Anyone could take it if they found this and plug it in and done. Cool thing about this is that you actually have to enter a PIN code. When I plug it in, if I plug it in, I'll show you. It's got a screen. Yeah, it's got a screen and you can enter a PIN code. It's not going to really show. I've been around Bitcoin for 2010, I want to say. I've made some mistakes on it, I'll tell you that. But I've been around for a while. I've done a lot of, I've done mining before. I've done, I started off mining Bitcoin, and I use a lot of Bitcoins. I've told this story before. I've spent Bitcoins on things. I bought video games with Bitcoin. The biggest regret, it's not even a regret, but the biggest thing I can tell you is I spent 3 Bitcoins on a video game that went free to play 6 months later. And it's that's like 45K right now. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Right? Yeah. Dwango there, $25 gift card for 6 Bitcoins. So yeah, it's like losing a debit card. Can't be accessed without a PIN. And the cool thing about this is if someone enters a PIN 3 times, if they enter a PIN 3 times, it wipes the device. So it's a lot more secure than a thumb drive where they can just copy this and try a password thousands and thousands and thousands of times. They can't do anything with this. Let's Dwango, without people like Dwango using Bitcoin, we don't know where it would have been. The biggest story I can tell you about is the most public story is the 10,000 Bitcoin pizza. 2 people publicly on a forum decided that Bitcoin was worth 10,000 Bitcoins was worth 2 large pizzas from Papa John's, I believe. And so one guy sent the guy 10,000 Bitcoins and the other guy went on papajohns.com, typed in his credit card and sent that guy a pizza or 2 pizzas. And that's the very first public transaction of Bitcoin. So it's like an ATM card in that you can regain your access without it. Yeah. So what we're going to talk about in a minute is a seed, or like a passphrase. Promotoic 7. That answer, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to give you the answer on that one. So what's cool about this is I could wipe this right now and all my Bitcoins will be gone, except I have a 24 passphrase, 24 words that can restore this wallet. So that's the thing that I'm going to show you guys with generating a wallet in just a minute. So I'll send you a piece of 5K. Oh man, that's a steal. You got your Bitcoin address ready, Casey? Did I get in before Rise? Yes, the Rise, like, I got in under when Bitcoin was less than $5. I'll tell you that much. So let's see. Ledger Nano S. Very cool, very awesome. You want this if you are seriously doing any sort of development. Now we're gonna go over to Electrum. We're gonna explain it. Yeah, it's gonna sound complex, Jeff, but here's Electrum. Here's the default wallet. There's nothing. We're gonna create a new wallet, and we're gonna do Twitch wallet, right? I'm just gonna say Twitch. Yeah, Jeff, I'm about to explain all that, so it's a little simpler. We're gonna do a standard wallet because I don't want to complicate it with two-factor, multi-sig, or anything like that. Multi-signature is neat. I'll go over it real quick. In here, you can actually have 2 people or more, up to 16, I think. 15. Up to 15 people be co-signers, and 3 of those people or 2 of those people need to also sign it for this wallet to actually work. So if you and your friends had, like, if you had a group of friends and you wanted to invest together, and you put all your money in together, you could totally do this, where it's like, me and my 6 friends, we want to invest, and it requires all 6 of us to unlock this wallet. It's too hard to do live. I made this as big as I could. What I can do, if it's too small, I try to make it as good as I could. What I can do is this, and try to focus on the middle. And it's kind of hard to do. How about that? It's a little better. So this is multi-signature. We're not going to get into that, but you could do this, which would be cool if you trust 6 friends. Or, you know, you want to say, you know what, we trust, you know, Joe really sucks, so he never shows up to any meetings. So we'll make it so that we can still unlock it without Joe. Now, I mean, that'd be rude. But wallet with two-factor, yeah, exactly. Multi-sig can go, like, we could talk about that for a while. Joe is such a dick, right? All right. Shout out to all the Joes out there. Now I don't even know where that went. So again, we're gonna create a new wallet. We're gonna name it Twitch. We're gonna do it. So wallet with two-factor on Electrum. It actually, you authenticate against their server, and actually they charge you money for transaction fees. You'll still always be able to restore your wallet, but you're not gonna be able to. You don't want to do that, really. I wouldn't use it. So Twitch, we're doing a normal standard wallet. This is where that 24 words come in. Electrum is safe to download, yes. When you go to normal wallet, you have 4 options. You have create a new seed. I already have a seed. Use public or private keys, or use a hardware device. Electrum actually lets you use the ledger and other hardware wallets. So we're gonna create a new seed. And this is what you don't want to do. I'm about to click next, and it's going to show my 24-word seed on the internet. These are the 24 words you don't want anyone else to see. But for this, we're going to let you see it. I'm not ever going to use this wallet unless one of you guys, you know, I'm going to allow it, actually. Okay. We're going to do standard just because it's simpler. SegWit's cool too. It's usually smaller transaction fees and stuff, but just because not everything works, we're going to do standard. All right, these are the 24 words. Now, what's cool about this is I'm going to be able to add, or these are the 12 words. Electrum does 12 words. Lightning Network is dope. Trust me. Always stream your seed. So what's cool about this is I can actually go and I can extend with custom words. So when I go on to the next page, I can type in 3 or 4 words that you guys don't know. So even with these 12 words, you'd have to guess the other words I've added. Lightning Network, we need it. Arsenal, we're not going to do SegWit because it's just easier. I mean, SegWit is definitely great for Lightning Network. Lightning Network will take care of a lot of the speed issues on Bitcoin and the transaction fees. So it is definitely kind of recommended you go Electrum, but it doesn't really matter for this tutorial. Look up your own stuff on that. This requires good memory or paper. Absolutely. You do not want to store this. You do not want to store this on your computer. These are the 12 words you do not store electronically. Don't email it to yourself. You want to write this down. Nobody's going to Bcash. Write this down on paper, and then there's even there's actual metal, pieces of metal people sell that you can punch holes in that you can use these words for to kind of keep track, so that metal's not going to fade over time. But you want to store these somewhere securely. I'm going to click next, and now I'm going to extend my seed off screen. All right. Click next. Now it wants me to type in my seed. So just to make sure that you can't paste, you can't copy and paste in here. Just to ensure that I actually do have the words done. Right. Must have typed something wrong. Sure, cloud, prosper, donkey, property, suspect. Ah, that was it. Hey, that didn't work. Hold on. Let me just type it all again. This is a nice thing. So you can't mess this up because it won't let you go on to the next step unless you actually type it right. Huh. I feel like I'm typing it wrong, right? Are we able to invest in parcels? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. It is case sensitive. Etch onto aluminum so it doesn't rust. Exactly. Why is this not working? Oh, typoed again. I'm full of typos. That is exactly right. Maybe it doesn't like my 3 words that I added. Yeah, okay. It doesn't want me to type in my... That was it. It didn't want me to type in the other words I added until the next step. That makes sense. All right. Now, I've typed them all in finally. So now I can type in a password. Choose a password and encrypt your wallets. Leave this field empty if you want to disable encryption. If you don't type this in and someone finds the wallet on your computer, you're screwed. So this is a password that you want to keep up here again. Don't write this password down. Remember it as something you know. We're just going to do that for now. We're next is generating some addresses. And boom, we have a Twitch wallet. We now have a wallet for Bitcoin on Twitch. It's that easy to get started. Password 123 is best password. Multiple wallets have this 12 words or 24 words. Ledger is 24 words, and you can actually have a 25th word. At this point, this wallet is how you can receive and send Bitcoin. This is one of the addresses to receive. I could send a request to someone to be like, hey, I want 4 days is best password. 12 words passphrase, yes. So this is the address that I would send to someone if I wanted to get Bitcoin from them. This is how you would send through here by giving that same not that same address, but a very similar address in here. Those were the 12 words. That's why I don't care. I'm glad that I copied this. Why did that do that? There we go. So you would do that. You'd be like, I want to send 1 Bitcoin. That'd be a lot of money. At what point would you recommend a hardware wallet over a software wallet like Coinbase? Okay, cleanup squad, perfect. So Coinbase is not a wallet. Like that's something that's should definitely be mentioned. Coinbase is not a wallet. They have a vault that you can trust essentially, but Coinbase itself, if your coins are on Coinbase or another exchange, they're not your coins. Like it might be linked to your account, but they have the private keys. They have the 12 words to your Bitcoins essentially. They can do anything they want with them. The story of Mt. Gox, back in 2014, when that went down, they lost a lot of Bitcoins because they held them for you and they weren't yours. So when they went offline, you couldn't retrieve those coins. Have I been successful with Bitcoin? Absolutely. Which web do you buy? Which web do I buy? I buy the internet web, always. So yeah, so that's the big thing you want to be careful of. Sending your coins to an exchange to sell, and when you buy them are on the exchange, everyone has a different price. You might be comfortable with leaving $200 worth of Bitcoin on an exchange, but I don't know anyone that would be comfortable leaving like $100,000 on an exchange, or even $10,000. That's crazy. So like it really comes with that, like how comfortable are you with leaving that money sitting somewhere else? Do you recommend to invest in Bitcoin at the moment? Yes. So cleanup squad, here's the thing though. You have $10, $20 in Coinbase. The fees to get that out of Coinbase will be a little significant. It could be $2 or $5. Somewhere around there. Yeah, Jeff, absolutely. So you want to be your bank. What's the absolute minimum you would recommend to invest? And young, whatever you can afford, honestly. I'm like, all I'm saying is $5 here and $5 there will add up. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose, and don't expect it to get rich quick. Like everyone's seeing these gains on Bitcoin. Everyone has a whole bunch of like everyone's seeing these stories about Bitcoin being worth $15,000 all of a sudden. It dropped down to like 12 or 13 yesterday, and it got to 19 last Thursday. So like this is very volatile right now. Is Bitcoin Cash dead? Well, I mean it's at $1,300 a coin right now. So if that's dead, then sign me up, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't seem dead. It's probably going to die. Bitcoin Gold though, what is that? 205 right there. That doesn't look too good. Fee to purchase 150 in Bitcoin was about $5. Okay, yeah. So it really depends on how much you want to invest. There's benefits to both sides. Like Dwango's saying, by investing right now, it's good for previous owners because it gets more people in that market. It helps out. It improves. It makes us think that, yeah, it's going to be worth more. But at the same time, it could become bigger in 2 years. It could continue to grow. We don't know. So I don't want to be like, yes, go and put all your money in Bitcoin and then next week it's all crashed. It definitely could happen. Is Electrum only for Bitcoin? No. I think it is. Or no, I think it has support for others. But I think maybe it's just Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, I think there's like forks of it for other coins. So like kind of it's only for Bitcoin and probably Bitcoin Gold and Cash. But there's forks of it. I'm doing good, man. No, Rockman, my preferred choice is a hardware wallet. I'm just doing this because this one's very accessible, very trusted. Yeah, it's called Bcash. I need to keep calling it Bcash. I know. Trust me. I need to get that in my head more. Where's the gold? Let's see. Whoa, Grand Pooh Bear auto host. What is the top 5 crypto investing for you? Dude.
Access granted.
It is called Bcash, man. It's Bcash. They called it Bcash. They themselves said Bcash. Top 5 cryptos, it's hard to say. Bcash and Bitcoin Cash are the same. 100% the same. Bitcoin, obviously, I think getting invested in Bitcoin even a little bit is useful. Litecoin, I'm super excited about. Monero's been going up, or Monero, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to. I'm not here to really give investing advice on exact coins because I don't know. I have a little bit in each coin here and there, just to see what goes. But honestly, like buying in Bitcoin, buying on Litecoin, buying in Ethereum, those are the three big ones that are on Coinbase. It's one of the biggest companies in the U.S. That deals with this sort of thing. So like it's definitely useful to get at least in those three. They've all reached a higher point than they used to be. Like Litecoin was only $100 just on Thursday. It's gone up $50 since then. A lot of people feel like Litecoin is very undervalued for what it does and what it supports. So that's kind of useful to know. I myself really enjoy Litecoin. I think it does have huge potential. Bitcoin, on the other hand, like I said, Bitcoin is gonna be around. You chose to ignore Litecoin. See, I did not, and I'm happy I didn't. I like Litecoin's speed, and I like that I like the guy behind it. Right now, Duango, yeah, a lot of Litecoins are very similar to it, but when Litecoin came out in 2011 or 12, it was the only real their altcoin. Can you type the site ! Buy WWK? The Cliffy with the sub 13 months in a row. Everyone hop on the Ripple train. Yeah, everyone go buy that Ripple. Mining right now. So let's talk about mining real quick. Mining is not really something I'd look into. If you have a video card and you're not doing anything and you have very cheap electricity, and I don't mean your parents pay for electricity. I mean like you as an adult don't pay anything or pay very little, then maybe learn about mining. Maybe learn about mining and maybe figure out how to set up a mining rig to do it. But don't go out investing thousands of dollars on a mining rig and expecting to get it paid out. It's very much like the gold rush. It's very much like the gold rush, where the only people making money during the gold rush were the people selling the tools. So like, if you have hardware, go for it, then do it. But don't go out and buy a bunch of video cards to try and get rich. Just buy some coins. Cheapest fee websites. GDAX is pretty cheap for fees. Binance right now, I think it's 50% off on fees. I don't do a lot of trading, so like fees for me, I'm a big believer of hold. Basically, I have my coins. I have a few coins here and there that I've used to spread across other altcoins, but overall, I'm just waiting. Like, it's not a get rich quick thing. It's more or less a long-term goal. It's more of investing. 50% fees. What? 50% off fees. I don't know what the fees are. Like, so I don't know what, if it was $1, so now it's 50 cents. But Binance is 50% off fees right now. And I think if you use my referral link, I get half of those fees as well. So it's like neat. Yeah, the video card companies are making bank. They've been making bank for the last 8 years based on this. NiceHash was a really good website until it got hacked. They recently lost, it was 60 million at the time. It's over 80 million now, just because of the way the price has gone. But let's talk about this a little bit more. So we have a wallet now, right? Somebody sent something to it. It's a very small amount. It's I don't know who did it, but that's hilarious. Enjoy $1. Thank you. What's the public address? This is the public address if you want to send more small amounts. But hey, we don't know. If Bitcoin goes to 1 million, like John McAfee believes, then that will be worth $10 or something. Yeah, Rockman, I think I did. I got 3 of them the other night, so I ate 0.0006 Bitcoin for breakfast. All right. Duango, I added some words to it though. I added additional words to it just in case people decided to send money to it. You'll never guess the words because most of them are made up words. Shit, that was a clue. So I guess this is really cool though to show. This is really easy way to get money between people without a third party. Jax is a good wallet for mobile devices. I recommended 2 other ones. Kerfuffle is definitely one of the words. Where can I see the real time up and downs? Literally on the side. CoinMarketCap is the website. That is CoinMarketCap Live or something like that. I don't think it's exactly that, but CoinMarketCap is the website you would want for that. Real-time ups and downs, which is what I'm basically using on my backward screen. All 12 words are just Jakuzona. So I don't understand the transaction fee. When you send Bitcoin, does it cost anything from... Yes. So, shit, Vox got it. There's a transaction fee. Absolutely. So there's some coins say, hey, we're not going to do transaction fees. If I want to send you 10 cents, Coinbase fees make it so I have to... Yeah, don't worry about that, dude. Like, you don't spend 10 cents on Bitcoin. Like, that's insane. That's actually the beauty of a lot of altcoins right now. Something like Litecoin, you can send much smaller amounts. You can spend that $1 or $2 for a coffee, and it's not a crazy transaction fee, and it also takes it's really quick. That's just, yeah. Tazbot HDQ, guys. But this is really cool. You can see that, like, the power this has. It's like Twitch donations, but anonymous, instant, and PayPal didn't get anything. Just the miners that helped with the fees. So there are fees, right? There are fees with this, with Bitcoin. Yeah, don't worry about it, dude. I didn't really want anyone to send anything to it, but, you know. Yeah, Bitcoin transactions can be super high. But the biggest thing for Steam on Bitcoin wasn't so much the transaction. Like, I think the transaction fees were some of it, but more the transaction times. The big problem with Bitcoin and Steam was if you want to buy a video game, chances are you're buying that video game to play it right now. And so if you went to Steam and you try to buy PUBG, right? You go to PUBG, you say buy, you say Bitcoin. It's going to say, oh, 7.005 Bitcoins or 0005 Bitcoins. It gives you like 20 minutes to do that at that current price. And then you send the money there. It could take some time to do a transaction. Like right now, you can see this says unconfirmed. This is actually another perfect example. Credge, not especially. Hold on, I'll get that in just a second. So let's view this on Block Explorer. So make sure you guys can see everything. So we can see when it was sent, but it has not been confirmed yet. This could take an hour. It could take 24 hours. It could get pushed out. You can see how much he paid the fee of right here. 900400, and he sent 21. So like this could take some time. Like it could take some time, and that's the problem with Steam is if you wanted, yeah, Electronic Logic. I thank you for that. It helps a lot. So on Steam, if you wanted that game, it could take 19 hours. It could take 2 days. It could take longer. It could take longer to do, and like by the time that game you finally receive that game, you've contacted support like 4 times. Like, hey, I sent these Bitcoins. Where's my game? That was the problem with Steam, and it's a big deal. The fee can definitely determine the speed. Yes, you can pay more on a fee because the fee goes to miners, and the miners can look for the fees. In most worlds, they're going to look for the fees that are the most, that are worth more to them. Yeah, Melis, or Duengo, exactly. The fees are a bribe. The fees are a bribe. Do you have any recommendations on what exchange is good for buying IOTA? Binance, I believe, is a pretty good one, El Marco. Do I need to create a new seed with Electrum if I already have a wallet set up with Coinbase? You do not have a wallet set up with Coinbase Cleanup. So yes, absolutely. Remember, just because you're on exchange doesn't mean you have a wallet. Not the same thing. Is there a good metric on health? Market cap, circulating. The circulating supply is usually the best. Hey, I feel like this is the type of streamer who would be able to solve a life advice issue for you. Oh, man. So you have that. So that's why Bitcoin's kind of like not as great because transaction times take some time. There are high fees, stuff like that. No, ULO, not really. Binance isn't letting you? That's interesting. Is the list of wallets on the address tab all of my wallets? Is the list of wallets on the address tab? I don't see a wallet tab. Are you talking about in here or somewhere else? Oh, man. I'm in my mid-30s, and after a moderately successful software engineering career, I built wealth by getting lucky with crypto. You're not that Twitter account, are you? Honestly, if you don't have to work anymore, open source, like you're a software engineer, right? So work on open source projects. Find something fun to do, and program. And like, money is great. Lollipop Kraken, thanks so much for the sub. All right, no, I don't have a Twitter account. All right, so like, you're a software engineer, so I'm sure you're interested in programming and just stuff like that. So contribute to open source projects, find cool people and help them with it. Like, if you have that much wealth now where you don't have to worry about money, that's great. You know, throw that in a savings account and a bank account, and keep some obviously in crypto, and just live life and find purpose. Travel a little bit first, and then get involved in a project. I feel like that's the best way to do it. Maybe Falcon Red's right too. Like, stream on Twitch. Thank you for the sub, man. Like, you're too introverted for that. Okay, so if you're not interested in Twitch, then obviously I feel like a little bit of travel definitely helps. And I know travel can be hard for a lot of people. I myself travel like 8 times a year to overseas usually. It's a lot of fun, and I don't always talk to people while I'm out there. I just kind of go and eat cool foods, but it gives you something to do and something to talk about, and I'm sure you could have a lot of fun doing that. But honestly, I think open source project is probably the way to do it. Some sort of project you can get into, or just maybe blog. You don't have to. Vlogs and Twitch are big, but you can still just blog. What does it mean to have a wallet? I just recently got into this. A wallet's just a wallet. It's it's this. This is your wallet, right? To make money, you don't have to buy big, or can I start with $5? You can absolutely start with $5. That's the biggest issue a lot of people don't grasp. If you had started with $5 2 years ago, it'd obviously be worth a lot more. But start now. Yeah, these are all your addresses, and you can generate more. These are all unused receiving addresses. Spent time volunteering with refugees, and I really did enjoy it. Spent time traveling. Yeah, I get you. Volunteering, it can be tough. It can be rewarding, but it can be hard. But traveling, if you miss the comforts of your home, I mean, I guess, just hang out at home and talk with Notch. He just posts on Twitter all day long. He seems to be doing all right. But hopefully he can do something. Why would you want more than receiving one? So Cleanup Squad, here's a great example. Everyone knows that I currently have 0.00006 Bitcoins at this address here. But all these addresses have 0. So if I didn't want you to know how many Bitcoin, like, let's just say this was 600 Bitcoins. If this was 600 Bitcoins, I wouldn't send this address to you being like, hey, send me Bitcoins. Or, I mean, I wouldn't be sending you this address. I'd be sending you this address instead. Because you don't want people to know how much you have, right? I don't know how long it's going to be. Maybe 2 hours? Coinbase is a good app to get started, but it is not your wallet. So Coinbase is great for starting. Oh, man. Slush pool, 4 Bitcoins. Yeah, so I own each of these addresses, and I can generate more. These are all just derived from those public key, or the private key that I have. Those 12 words plus the other words I added. But this is the easiest way to get, so you can split these up so you know who sent. And the best thing is you can go in here, details, and I feel like maybe not this wallet, but other wallets let you label, there it is. So you can edit label and be like, Twitch stream. So I know I got these from the Twitch stream. Or I could be like, hey, I sent this one to Duango. So I sent this address to Duango, so when I see Bitcoins on there, I know Duango's been sending them. Anyone follow the instructions? Yeah, and set up a new wallet. Where do I get a wallet from? ! Wallet. Or maybe wallets. Oops. There we go. You don't need a hardware wallet if you're just getting started. Step one would be, yeah, I would say reverse. I would say get a wallet first, though, just so that you understand it. Electrum's great for desktop. If you have a mobile device, Selenium and or Bread app are really good. Bob Lawclaw, what's going on, dude? Right, cleanup squad. Like, it's not really like when we say it's a wallet, we mean you have control. Why would you want a paper wallet? Well, back in the day, if you were just planning on investing, and storing them offline so that it was hard for you to transfer, a paper wallet was perfect for that. Nowadays, I wouldn't really say a hardware wallet or a paper wallet is necessary. There's so many other things you can do. But yeah, how do you convert? Very easily. There's exchanges. We talked about this. If you !buy gets you a list of exchanges. There's Coinbase, there's GDAX, there's Polynix, there's Binance, there's Kraken, there's all sorts of them. But the thing with those is all of them have fees, all of them have their own thing connected to them. Some of them don't allow you to go, like some are not US, some are, some have other regulations. They all kind of follow different rules and standards, and some might be legal in your place and some might not. So to make more future-proof wallet, I should select standard or SegWit. Either one, I think we're always going to support standard, but SegWit's going to have the faster transactions, the lower fees. So you might as well go with SegWit. More things are moving to support that. You're fine with chat. Does Coinbase let you do SegWit yet? That was the thing. I don't remember. I think they're planning on it, but I don't think it's there yet. Yeah, not yet. So yeah, that's the thing. So like, not everything supports it, right? So yeah, absolutely. Coinbase does have vaults. So what's cool about vaults? Oh yeah, you're right. We should talk about short-term, long-term gains real quick. For US at least, that's about the extent of what I can tell you. Short-term gains. So right now, Bitcoin is taxed as a what's the word? Same as your house. It's like not property so much, but an asset. It's an asset. So it's taxed as assets, and there's capital gains on that. And if you like after 1 year, I think it might be 2. After 1 or 2 years, you have much lower taxes if you cash out. So if you bought a Bitcoin today, and we're just say one full Bitcoin, $15,000, and you cashed out in 2 years, and it was $50,000, you made a capital gains of $45K on that, and so you'd be taxed at a much lower bracket than if it went from than if you cashed out 6 months after buying it and it got to the same price. Long-term gains is 6 months. Is 6 months? Okay. And it's 35K, 25%. Cool. Look it up. Definitely, if you're in the space to cash out, consult an actual tax person. Like actually consult someone. Don't if you know the rules and you're fairly confident, you can probably do it yourself. But definitely consult a tax expert on this. It's going to be kind of new for them too, but they can look up what they need to and get back to you. But yeah, you want to make sure that you pay the tax man. At the end of the day, all the gains you make, it's not worth getting taxed, at least not in the United States, where they can come and take it all. Thanks, Duango. So it's definitely something we want to spend 6 months researching, talking. Nice. Yeah, it's scary because it's for a lot of people that got in early, it's a whole lot of money. So holding is ideal in most cases because the short-term gains are going to be taxed much more heavily than the long-term gains, and you might not make a whole lot on those short-term gains because they're all going to taxes. How on Twitch we can mine for bits? Yes, kind of. There's CoinHive, there's websites. I know neither of us know enough to recommend one, but would be worth it for next before. It might be, yeah. There's faucets where you can go and ask for small amounts of Bitcoin and they send them to you essentially. But more so, there's like CoinHive, which is a web browser miner, and there's other ways to do that. Who taxed the IRS? Rockman. It's an asset. So like, it was what year was it where they announced it was an asset? Was that 2014 or 2015? I think it was 2014 at least, maybe even 2013. But yeah, there's kind of ways you can mine Bitcoins, like ads. I hate Uncle Sam. Listen, not everyone agrees with Uncle Sam, but at the end of the day, if you abide by their rules, and I know that's really sucks in some cases, you shouldn't have any problems. And if you're making a decent amount at the end of the day, it's not that bad. But it does suck. I agree. Paying taxes can suck. Have you looked into DRGN? No, I have not, Helix. When I buy Bitcoins from Coinbase, who's selling them to me? So that is perfect. Rockman. When you are buying Bitcoins from Coinbase, you are buying them from Coinbase. You're not buying them from an individual. Coinbase might be buying them from an individual, but they're actually buying them. You're buying them from them. And they are giving you a price that's slightly higher than if you were to go to something like GDAX and buy, because they're guaranteeing you those prices of Bitcoin at that current price. So that's the way to do it, or that's like how you can get started. Yes, you're going to pay a little bit more because you're going straight to Coinbase, but at the end of the day, you're guaranteed that price. You're not going to lose out. What do you get? It says right there. You buy $100 worth of crypto coins. I get $10. You get $10 worth of Bitcoin. Coinbase gets their coins from GDAX users, essentially. So, well, yes and no. They have a bunch of coins themselves, but they can also get them from GDAX. GDAX is owned by the same company as Coinbase. I'll bring it up here. And I gotta minimize this because we shrunk some stuff. All right. So this is an exchange. This is where it gets a little bit more complicated. It really depends, but that's the list of wallets. This is where you're selling and buying from people individually. Yes, we talked about how setting up a wallet. So you can buy and sell orders here, and this is where it gets complicated. With Coinbase, it's literally just a like, hey, I want to buy. Okay, it's this price. You confirm, you're done. This, you actually have to kind of play the market. You see what people are selling at. You're like, okay, that's decent. I click that, and then I put in like $50, and you place a buy order, right? It's a little easier when you see it on a much bigger monitor right now because I have this shrunk down. Let me see if I can't do that for this part so I can get a little bit more window space. That's a little better. I'm going to go to HDQ. Yes, Space Cat. Just jumped in. Have you discussed BTC tanking in the last 5 minutes due to Bitcoin futures being listed? No, we haven't. It's not really tanking right now. It's right about the same price that we started at. Here's my last $1 million question. Should I move my Canadian $20 worth of Bitcoin at a major loss to Electrum or just keep there? Honestly, just keep it there. Can we catch up on the new viewers coming? Yes. On what you're doing with Electrum. Sure. All right. So to start, we went over... Oh, hey, look. We got some transactions happening, or confirmations. We started a wallet with Electrum. There's multiple wallets out there. We did one on stream for software wallet. You can find a bunch of different wallets. Electrum is one of the easiest ones. Has the most... How do I not know my... There. Has the most, like, guides out there on how to set up. It's fairly secure. It's good. I recommend a hardware wallet when you are investing more amounts, when you're actually holding something that's worth a lot to you. Everyone has a different amount of money to them that's worth something. In your wallet, like, what's the maximum amount of money that you're comfortable carrying around in your wallet? Like right now, I've got like $15 in here, $16. I'm not shopping. I got to go back and rewatch the VOD. What's up, dude? So I got like $16 in here, and they're like $2 bills, which is ridiculous. Whatever amount that you're comfortable holding on to is how much you should keep kind of on a wallet like this. When you're worried about losing more than that, I would say that's when you move it to a hardware wallet. Something that's a little bit more secure, or you send it to your paper wallet, a wallet that's offline or something that's not really, easily accessible. A lot of times people call this type of wallet that we have right now a hot wallet. So, this is the wallet that you're going to use when you're spending Bitcoins and when you want to just keep a little bit quick and accessible. Because you don't want to have to go to the bank to go and make a transaction if you can keep it small. How much have you got invested in crypto? Great question. Enough is the answer. So that's what we did. We created a wallet. A wallet is how you store your money. Everyone should know that. It's fairly basic because everyone understands the term wallet when you bring it to the real life. When you have money on an exchange like Coinbase, you do not have access to your funds directly. You have to go through them. They are basically a bank. They are holding your money, your Bitcoins for you. If something happens to that bank, your money's gone. So, yes, in the real world, if a bank was to crash, the FDIC is insured, blah, blah, blah. Some exchanges like Coinbase are insured if they've been hacked. But yeah, at the end of the day, just treat it as if it's not an insured bank and treat it as if you can't access them if they go offline. It's all good, Cleanup Squad. As you read more, you'll learn more. Would I be comfortable putting 10K? Mr. Big Poker, honestly, if that is the amount that you are comfortable with spending, absolutely. I don't know what everyone's price limit is. I've invested a bunch of money that I've been comfortable with, and there have been days where I'm like, oh, I should go and do this, but then the next day I'm like, I'm glad I didn't do that because it's too much of a worry. I have my amount that I invest, and that's about it. I don't want to. At the end of the day, all this stuff about Bitcoin going up, it can definitely be crazy. At the end of the day, it could crash. It could come crashing down. I don't think it's going to. I have a 99% positivity that it's not, but that 1% could be definitely something crazy. Doesn't keeping your money in these separate wallets rapidly lead to heavy transactions? Absolutely. And that's why you have to find that amount that you're comfortable with keeping in your wallet. So don't transfer $20 from your Coinbase to your wallet every day. Wait till that reaches a certain point. At the end of the day, something like Coinbase is secure. Absolutely, US could crash tomorrow as well. The chances of that are a little less than probably Bitcoin, but at the same time, you're no wronger right than I am. So I'm completely on board with that. Yeah, we should talk about the forks and stuff. We're talking about the forks in just a second, and we're talking about what the best crypto is. I don't know if it's 50% in crypto, Katina. I don't know off the top of my head. I've got my 401k and I have some other things that I've done through work stuff, IRAs and stuff. I'll tell you that the crypto has brought more return than anything else. Okay. So yeah, there's transaction fees. So you keeping separate wallets, but you keep two wallets. You have your hot wallet and you have your rainy day. I'm keeping this till your 2020 wallet. Don't transfer every $10 from one wallet to another. Wait till it's a significant amount, $100, $200, then transfer over, because otherwise the fees will get you. If you continue to accumulate fees, it's gonna suck. But you can also kind of, if you know what you're doing and you read a little bit about it, you can find fees when they're lower. You can find when the fees are lower, and you can send at odd hours to reduce the fee costs. But with SegWit happening in Lightning Network, the fees are going to be kind of smaller, and you're not going to worry about that as much. I feel like having banks waste. Okay, yeah, Mr. Big Poker. Honestly, I think what Young said too. Start with $500. Start small. Get a little bit in there and learn. Don't go all 10. It was always percentage based, Rockman. It's percentage based, right? So don't feel worried about missing out. It's a long-term game. The fact that 200 of you people are here right now, it's not the earliest it could have been, but it's still very early in this whole world. We don't know where it's going to go in the next 5 years. Do I do any live trading on the show? No, but in January we might. I might buy something from Coinbase to just show you guys how to do it. So let's talk about forks real quick, and then we'll answer the question about what's the best crypto to invest in right now. Pyramid scheme confirmed. Slade013. I'm on Binance for that. All right. So there's been there's been more than 2 forks, but there's been 2 major forks very recently in the Bitcoin space. Forks are basically, a lot of people that are software developers will understand what a fork is. It's, it takes the core of one code and it goes a different direction. Same thing with the blockchain on this. So Bitcoin is big blockchain. It's a big ledger that says this person has this amount of Bitcoins, this person has this amount. At some point, a fork happened where a set of those people decided, we don't want these type of coins anymore to be this. We want them to be this kind of coin. So every single user that had X amount of Bitcoins on October 25th or so got the same amount in BCH. Okay, so if they had 5 Bitcoins, they still have 5 Bitcoins, but they now also have 5 BCH. And if you look at the charts above me, Bitcoin is at 15 and BCH is at 13. Well, 15,000 and 1,300. Yeah, we're gonna do Coinbase in a second. I have Bcash to sell. So the fork basically gave you free coins. Woo! So yeah, on around October 27th, you got free money. Now, if you had those coins on an exchange, not all exchanges had a way to get those coins out there. Coinbase isn't going to do that until the start of this year, 2018. Other exchanges instantly did it, and other exchanges are still catching up. But if you owned the private keys, which we talked about with these 12 words, you would have those private keys, and you could restore to get those. It's very complicated. If you're just getting into it now, you don't have any Bitcoin Cash, you don't have any Bitcoin Gold, you don't have any of that. Stormforce. As someone who doesn't know the first thing about cryptocurrencies and has been intentionally ignorant about it, what is the most single important thing you should know? It's a great question. Number one rule of any sort of investing: don't invest more than you can afford to lose. If you don't have the private keys, you don't actually own them, and that's about it. Those are the 2 big things. And then I guess and what Dwango said. The next one is, it has no real world value unless the market thinks it does. Absolutely. That's actually, let's go with that for number 1, and then number 2 and 3 for the other ones. We're gonna answer Cliffy's question now, which is, what's the best one to invest in? If I knew that, all my coins and all my eggs would be in that Ooh, egg coin. Wow, there's a coin. You can get all your eggs in one basket. Instead of calling them wallets, we call them baskets. Hey, how many eggs you got in that basket? All of them. It's got something there. There's no single best answer. Everyone's gonna say, "Oh, IOTA's going up. It's really good. Monero's really great. Ripple, get into Ripple." Can accidentally cook up. That's true. I still stand by at least the big 3, and I only call them the big 3 because they're on Coinbase, and that's the most exposure you're probably going to get to the real to the outside world. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Vic Vega, if you have your private keys, what wallet did you have? All right, actually, Electrum's perfect for it. With Electrum, you can go to private keys, you can do sweep, and you type your private key in here. Boom, you're done. Jaku coin when? There's a lot of people that will speculate on coins. There's a lot of people that will use the trading platforms like Binance and others to play the market and try to make gains and whatnot. It's definitely possible you can do that, but honestly, like, at the end of the day, literally just buy a little bit of those 3. Buy what you can afford, invest often, and just hang out. Just hang out with those. Keep those, because you never know. In 3 years, people claim, actually it's 2 years. In 2 years, people claim 1 Bitcoin will be $1 million. Boy, would that be amazing. Dode with the sub. Thank you so much, my friend. Duango, yeah, Namecoin. I haven't heard that name in a long time. That was like the DNS website registering with coins, right? Never discount the Chinese, right? Right. We don't know what's going to go up and down. Just investing in those three will definitely help get you in that market. And you can kind of get you start to learn with those. Again, we talked about using Coinbase as a way to learn how to walk before you run. Same thing with those three. If you learn about Bitcoin and Litecoin or Ethereum, you can definitely learn how to walk with those before you go day trading. Yeah, you can absolutely go and buy $500 worth of Bitcoin and forget about it for 5 years. How much are alts a slave to the shifts of... The other day, they were going up while Bitcoin was crashing, and then Bitcoin started crashing even more, and they started going down. They used to be really connected, like crazy connected, but now they're not so crazy. Sakamiru, remember back in Chicago 26 Boys was selling them for $5? Yeah, dude. How's it going, man? 12 months. You haven't been around, like, I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time. Well, welcome. So you invest in those three. Would you recommend investing actually in all three or choosing one? I would say all three. We don't know, like, the way I see the three, I'll tell you how I see the three, and I could be completely wrong. Dogecoin is still around, but it sucks. Bitcoin is like the gold, not to be confused with Bitcoin Gold, but it's worth the most. It's the biggest thing. It's your savings account more so than anything else. Litecoin is your checking account. It's, you know, you're going to be pulling from it with your debit card. You're going to be using it to spend stuff. And Ethereum's going to be for like the ICOs and other token stuff for investing. You're going to use those to kind of invest on other coins. I could be completely wrong on that, but that's just how I see it. And so, like, if you want to invest, Ethereum's usually the one that you use to do those easier because it's almost always converting to Bitcoin or something from there. CryptoKitties, man. CryptoKitties. I'm throwing the Cliffy Fund into that Ripple. Oh, all right, Ripple. Let's talk about Ripple real quick because everyone sees it on the list. They see Ripple is the 5th coin, and they're like, "Oh, it's only 23 cents a coin. Holy crap! I can. If that goes up even $1, I just made 3 times my investment." The fact that Ripple's on there is because they just have so many coins, like it's an insane amount of coins, and like it's been in that 23, 28 range for the last like 6 months at least. Like, it's a bank coin. It's supposed to be transactions being used between banks, but they're just using the technology and not the coins. I don't know. I feel like you throwing money at it, and I feel like a lot of people say this, like, let me just throw coins, let me throw a little bit of money at it, because if it does go up, I'm going to make a lot. But you don't know, right? Like, who knows? They pre-mined. I don't want to be like, hey, spend $1,000 on these because this could be awesome if it goes up, because it might never go up. It's like, you know, RB bathing. All right, Cliffy. All right. What about this generation terminology that the Gen 1, Bitcoin, Gen 2? I haven't heard of that yet. Light? That's not bad. Yes. Will there be... yes, the VOD will still be there. Smiley the Gamer. Is the transaction verification bottleneck likely to hamper the success of Bitcoin as more people recognize the problem? Yeah, but SegWit and the Lightning Network is supposed to fix that. Voice on, should I start buying Bitcoin now? Yes. Jasmine. Yes. Bitcoin is... Cryptocurrencies in some form or fashion are here to stay. Where it will be in 3 years, I don't know. But it's one of those things you can invest in now, and it still can gain you can gain money on it if that's what you're going for. It's not the worst time. The old ancient Chinese proverb is about planting a tree, right? When's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. When's the second best time? Now. I still think it's good to invest in. Don't invest a lot. Don't invest more than you're willing to lose. Do $5, $10. Oh, that transaction got confirmed. That didn't take too long. 6 confirmations. I don't know exactly the date. 1549. Okay, so it took about 25 minutes. IOTA's interesting. Listen, the whole Tangle network with how that's all going on is crazy. But the what's the guy? not the validator, but I'm just gonna call it the validator right now. That whole thing, it's gonna be interesting. I'll see how it plays out. Spend chump change on it. Yes, the Borzai, absolutely. Don't spend $5 on a coffee that day. Throw it at Bitcoins. If you're smoking, stop smoking and throw that money at Bitcoin or some cryptocurrency. How are Bitcoins made? Great question. They're done based on math. Proof of work concept where a bunch of CPUs and GPUs are doing computational power based on the previous blocks that have been mined to basically find the key for the next one. It's like brute force, kind of, but it's all math-based, really. Favorite coin name? Ooh, good question. I don't know. Okay, so we got net neutrality questions and we got environmental concern of power consumption. Maintaining the blockchain going to be a huge limiting factor. I don't know, Gigwish. Like the fact that it takes so much power to process transactions across the world is crazy. I don't know where it's going to be. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's hard to say. It could be crazy. I feel like we need to find a fix for that. I do feel like it's kind of outrageous. Net neutrality, though, getting repelled, it's possible it will affect cryptocurrencies. I don't know in what capacity other than, like, them blocking the... Yeah, I don't know. Just buy what you can, yes. Ridodera, yeah, blockchain, or not blockchain, Coinbase is the easiest. Exclamation point Coinbase, Arsonist just did it. If you spend $100 on cryptocurrencies there, I get $10, you get $10. Someone just did. Someone just followed through on that. Congratulations. Welcome to the future of cryptocurrencies. Isn't there an app that will round up your debit credit card? I feel like there's been a few apps like that at least round it up and then you can do that. But I don't know offhand, Cliffy. I think there's apps that do it for investing. And like here's the thing, like a lot of people invested in Bitcoin last week on my stream when it was 15, 16, and then it crashed down to 12 yesterday. It's back up to 15, so that's good, but it might not always be like that. What would I recommend for Ethereum and Litecoin? You know what? I didn't really do a whole Jax for mobile. That's one of the main reasons I like the hardware wallet is because it supports pretty much all those coins. So Jax would probably be fine, but I think that's only. Did they have a desktop app, Arsonist? I forget. If you're located outside the US, can you use Coinbase? I think yes. But check. They should have some rules and laws. So a coin is just a string of numbers? Yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. And like, same with your bank account. It's just a string of numbers, right? Isn't it dangerous to keep saying that it's important to invest in Bitcoin? Yeah. By invest, I mean the technology. And I know that's hard to go back on because everyone thinks invest means like market. By invest, I mean the technology. The more people using the technology, the better it is, the easier, not the easier, but the more widespread it is. And that's what I talk about when investing. But buying is investing as well. If your company offered the opportunity to be paid in Bitcoin, would you do it? Jay Whiskey, I would, if I could do a portion, yes. Because unfortunately, the rest of the world doesn't live on the blockchain yet. And so spending that, I can't pay my mortgage in Bitcoin, at least not easily. So yeah, that's, No, they still haven't figured out who invented Bitcoin. No one truly knows. All right. We're definitely getting off track on stuff, and I'm happy to continue answering questions. Oh, well, there you guys. Divine Favor did. Satoshi. He's Satoshi. I was going to do Coinbase just to show you how easy it is to buy on Coinbase. So I'm going to sign in on this computer. I did make that wallet on stream, yeah, at the very beginning. Let me log in real quick and then pull it up. All right. Why would you do that, computer? Stop expanding crazy. All right, there we go. So this is Coinbase. It shows you, what the current price is, Ethereum price, Litecoin price, right? Pinhead Larry, yes, buy a little bit of Bitcoin. You can go here, and this is going to show my bank account information, just the last 4 digits. I think that's fine. So I can go here, and I'm going to click on my Chase Bank, though they hate Bitcoin. And I can literally be like, you know what, I want to buy $10. You know what, we'll do 25. So that's I'm going to buy $25 worth of Bitcoin right now. yeah, it's at $15,000 is an all-time high, but I believe that it's not going to only stay at 15. I think it's going to go higher. Some things to note. So obviously my bank, 4-digit, whatever. Saturday, I don't get these Bitcoins until like a week later. But I'm getting them for the price that it is now. So that's one thing that you need to know. Like buying on an exchange like Coinbase doesn't give you access to those coins immediately. A lot of times when people need to buy Bitcoins, it might be for some sort of ransomware or something. Cleanup squad. So like you need to find a faster way to get Bitcoins in a lot of cases. But for me, I'm long-term holding. I don't care. What's really cool, and this is newer, because when I used to do it, I had to write my own script. Yeah, there's higher fees if you use a credit card. So what do you use? Both coin? Yeah, so I'll get to that in a second. I'm not going to use a credit card because those fees are crazy. But you see $1.49 for 25, so I only get 23.53. Right? No, call me lunch. Because it's going through your bank as a bank transfer, so the money is taken out immediately. They just hold on to it for a week in case you try to do that. What's really cool though is that you can do this so that you can be like, you know what, I want to buy $25 a day or $25 a week, every 2 weeks or monthly. Really neat. Definitely suggest, if you can do it, you're like, I want to buy $5 every week. Like that's neat. Yeah, you're going to be paying $1 a day or $1 a week. You guys can't see it, but yeah. So it's going to be $1 a week if you do it. Right, exactly. Well, we've talked about GDAX, and I don't want to. We got to teach everyone how to walk before they can run. All right. So, like, you want to be careful with that. Suggesting GDAX to people that have never done this before will be confusing. They will go to do a buy order. They won't realize what they just did, and either that order will sit for weeks, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I got a Bitcoin. I bought it for 15." And turns out they never bought it, and now the price is 25K, and they missed out. That's what we don't want to happen. But GDAX does take away those fees, which is nice. And if you're handy, if you're a software developer, or you know how to use an API, you can do all this with the GDAX API to buy weekly for much cheaper than 99 cents. But again, we're just going to do today. We're going to do it. Here's our fee of $1.49. Yeah, or sell for a ridiculous price. We're going to click buy. Funds will be debited within 3 days. I'm going to click confirm. Yay! So on that day, I will actually be able to take Bitcoin out. I'm going to click on view dashboard off stream just to see. Okay. So yeah, there you go. So that's how easy it is to buy. Selling Bitcoin, very similar. You just do the sell tab, and I have 0.019 Bitcoins in this wallet right now. So I could be like, I want $200. It's gonna sell it to me at it's gonna take 0.013 Bitcoins away from me. Coinbase fee is $2.99. Total payout $197. Boom, done. Right? Very cool. Now that's how you can sell. The final thing, I'm not gonna do that though. The final thing though is getting money out. So right here, I went to the accounts tab. I clicked the send, and I can enter a Bitcoin address here, and I can do the same exact thing where I can be like, send me 0.019. Or I want to do it that way, $283. And I can't show it because it won't let me, but you guys can see the network fee here. It's going to say there's no network fee, which is interesting. Why is that? Oh, I haven't entered an address. That makes sense. I don't want to click on sell. No. But this is how you can send it to your actual address. So if I went to that address here. So I can't send exactly because the fees are going to be too much. So let's try 8. There you go. So it's going to currently cost me about $13 to send those out, which kind of sucks, right? If this was SegWit, it'd probably be much cheaper. The other cool thing is, let's say you want to send Bitcoins let's say you want to buy, let's say you want to send them to a friend. You could literally put in an email address, how much you want to send, and that will send them to Coinbase to sign up for an account. And now they're kind of involved in Bitcoin without setting up an account. Is this a giveaway stream? There is still a giveaway, but not for Bitcoins. I don't want to put that in the title to confuse. So that's how easy it is to set up a wallet, buy money, buy Bitcoin, and send Bitcoin. I obviously didn't go through the steps of setting up your own bank account, but that is there. You can follow through the steps. Window Hero, I hear your concern with that. Coinbase doesn't open up a new window, so you don't necessarily know if it's going to your bank. But at the end of the day, like, I know it's there's definitely some worries there, but they're a company, they're a legit company. If they were trying to scam people, they probably wouldn't be doing that. And if they don't sign up, then those Bitcoins are lost until they do. I don't think Coinbase will ever return them. If you can make a plea like, hey, I sent it to an invalid email address and they can see that it bounced, maybe. But otherwise, those are gone. The big thing about Bitcoin is it is like cash. In that this dollar, if I was to, rip it up in a million pieces and throw it away, it's gone. It's out of circulation. Only you guys would be able to know that it's out of circulation, me and you. The government wouldn't really necessarily know. Bitcoins can do the same thing. You can lose Bitcoin. You can lose your keys. So Bitcoin is very much the same. If you don't have a backup of your private keys, those 12 words that we generated with Electrum, and you didn't make a backup somewhere else, those are gone. There's no number you can call. You can't say, hey, here's my address. Can I get those Bitcoins back? There's no one to go and do that for you. So like, you are responsible for your money. The benefit of that though, is if, let's say your computer was stolen and you had your Bitcoin wallet on it, and maybe you had an automatic login, and maybe your password for your wallet was on the desktop. A thief could steal those very easily if they logged in and found it. But if you had those 12 words backed up somewhere else, you could restore that wallet before they gained access to your wallet and transfer those Bitcoins out. So yeah, you lost that wallet essentially, but you had a backup, and you can't do that with cash. You can't have a dollar bill here and over there and be like, well, this guy took this one, but I still have it because I got it before him. And that's the cool thing about cryptocurrencies. Yeah, you get a private wallet or a private key. Private keys, export, right? Actually, I don't want to type that because I don't know what window it's going to do it in. So on this wallet, you would just go to private keys and export, and that's how you get your private key. Electrum is a wallet, Mario Lab. So if you don't have a good private key, right, you don't get a private key on Coinbase. Do you think futures upcoming on CBOE and CME Bitcoin will get shorted? I don't know. I don't know. I hope that the greed of the Wall Street type of people getting into it, it's going to definitely do something to the price. I feel like it could be the end of this awesome streak of going up right now. I believe that it would recover if it does, though. So I think at the end of the day, it might drop the price, but I don't think it's going to do it. Do you connect your bank to Electrum? No, you do not. Mario Lab, you're coming in. You're like you're a lost child wandering into a movie, Donnie. No, I'll go over it all real quick once in a second. Coinbase is giving out those coins in January. Do I think IOTA is the future? I don't know. I mentioned it earlier, so I'm going to recap real quick. Rockman, what's the difference between software and hardware wallet? I'm going to recap all that just a second. And hey, I got my Coinbase email. Wallets are how you store your money for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. This is a wallet, like standard wallet in real life. This and this are the same thing, essentially. This is a Bitcoin wallet and other cryptocurrencies. This is a money wallet, right? Technically, I can put my hardware wallet in here. Oh, look. No, ignore that. So two wallets. You guys understand what this is. This is the easiest thing to understand because it's been part of your life for the last 20-something years. This is a hardware wallet. This wallet is basically all of my cryptocurrencies. It is a digital hardware wallet that connects to the computer and can connect to this software. or its own software to communicate between the two. So I could pull up my actual wallet and all my transaction history on this software. But these can be expensive. They have cheap ones that are around $20, the very first versions of these. But this is around $80. I don't recommend you get this right away unless you actually start investing. And have unless you start accumulating a large amount of cryptocurrencies. I'm going to try not to use invest. How do I prevent crushing my Bitcoin wallet when I sit on it? Don't sit on it. So this I suggest you get once you have a large amount of cryptocurrencies, but you don't have to do that to get started. This is Electrum. This is a software wallet. This runs on your computer. The downsides to this is if you get a virus or malware when you're setting this up, or even when it's just running, someone could potentially get access to all your funds and send and receive money as you. So that's why having it on your computer can be risky. Yeah, Rockman, it's completely different from regular USB. This is a regular USB drive. This just stores the software, like the file of my wallet on it. A hardware wallet actually has a processor in it. It's got a screen. I'll try to show it again. Yeah, that's just dark. You guys can see the gray. Jeff in 3D. No, it's just people, when you say invest, people, there's two different types of investing, I guess, right? Like software invest. So see how it's blue? That screen's asking me to enter a PIN code. You can't, if I left this somewhere, you can't get my money out of it unless you know my PIN. It's a debit card, right? Could you use the other cryptographic keys and encrypt your private keys? Yes, you could. You could encrypt your wallet outside of Electrum, but then you'd have to, you'd have to unencrypt it when you're trying to read it into Electrum. So you could store the files on a thumb drive in that regard, but it's not ideal. Now, we've talked about wallets. You don't link your bank accounts to any of these wallets. These are not connecting to a bank. You don't connect these to a bank. An exchange, though, is where you connect your bank. And they don't technically have a wallet. They do, but it's not a secure wallet because you don't have those keys. You don't control that wallet. You don't physically have it, or software, it's not accessible to just you. It's accessible to that company. So a site like Coinbase, !buy gets you a few lists of exchanges out there. You can go, you connect your bank account, you say how many Bitcoins or Litecoins or whatever you want to buy. They take the money out of your bank, put that into your wallet on the exchange. How should we call it? We shouldn't call it a wallet because that makes it confusing. They just put the money on your account in your exchange, in your account. They put the X amount of Litecoins, Bitcoins in your account on that exchange. And if you want, you can then send those coins to your wallet, which could be Electrum or the hardware wallet or something like that. There's going to be a fee because there's always pretty much a fee unless you're talking about other currencies that don't have a fee. But that's another talk. This is a primer stream on just how to get started, what the basics are. I don't want to we talk about a lot of other cryptocurrencies and stuff, but it'll get confusing. Yes, you can store your hardware, your Bitcoin wallet on a normal thumb drive, and if it's encrypted, you're probably pretty well off. You're not going to have to worry too much, but the difference is someone can brute force that. So if someone gets access to this, they could still brute force that file over and over and over and over and over until they maybe crack it. This has three tries and you're out. If someone enters the PIN 3 times wrong, it wipes the device, and then I have to restore it. I haven't looked at IOTA. Do you feel like there's... I don't know. I know some people at Microsoft. I don't think there's been an official partnership. Looked into it a little bit. But right now, I think because the software is not completely there, it's going to be interesting. And it might be... I feel like it's kind of overvalued at the $392 for what it can do right now, but I feel like it's going to be higher. Lambda Coder, 13 months. Hello, this is tech support. I'm calling because your network is infested. You need to connect to our secure server. Oh, shit, that seems legit. What's the website? Is it teamviewer.com? Thanks so much, man. Okay, no problem. I'm happy to explain. I should mention we have a Discord. It's my Twitch Discord. We have a channel called Cryptocurrencies where we talk about cryptocurrencies in there, and there's a lot of people that are very much more familiar on topics than I am that are happy to help. So yeah, feel free to join that !Discord or type it. So you can join that and go join the cryptocurrency channel if you want to talk there. Always around to answer any questions. And like I said, this sort of stuff comes up on my stream every day now. So like it was at one point just 1 week, like once a week at most, maybe once a month. Now it's 3-4 times a day. That's why we actually have the Bitcoin price in the bottom right corner, all the way under the Santa hat. Like just because it happens so often now. So yeah, let's see. So I showed how to create a wallet. I showed how to buy from Coinbase. We're doing another one with GDAX. Yeah, you know what? That's not a bad idea. The Bitcoin white paper is not that hard of a read. It's 8 or 9 pages, and it's really, really cool. I do have a day job. Yeah, you know what? I should have opened with about me. I work in computer security. I used to be a network penetration tester for 5 years, where I would hack companies and show them how so that they could secure their shit. Now I work as a director for my own team called Hackers and Hunters, where we hack our company using different techniques and ensure that our company continues to be tested so that hopefully with all these tests, our employees are familiar and our software is secure. What's it like to know people say, I don't know if I'm a guru at all. I'm a speedrunner. I play Yo Noid. I have the world record in Yo Noid. Let's mention that, I guess. And we normally play Mario Maker. I've been in Bitcoin for 7+ years, I'd say. In and out. There was times where I didn't necessarily watch it much, and then there's been times where I was heavily invested for a bit. So, you know. Arsonist Games, yeah, there was actually something I built that was featured on an episode of Mr. Robot. So that's kind of cool. I did not hack the iPhone for the FBI. That's a lie. But yeah, that's kind of me in a nutshell. I run a security conference in Chicago. We're going on our 9th year. So if you're in Chicago or you're in the security community, you may have heard of it or you might have gone to it already. Otherwise, it's thotcon.org. Which I think episode 4 or 3, it's called Daemons. What did you do I had a marker that opened up a hotel room door. It was based on research by Cody Brocious. I miniaturized it and improved it. Are you on Freenode? I'm on Freenode as Jaku. My IRC lurk is really poor. I'm not on I think I'm on, but I'm not like connected as much. In 1337, very rude question to ask. I will not tell you the amount. It's a nice amount for me. If even just one person, and we know one person today decided to buy a little bit of cryptocurrencies and set up their wallet, that's great. Credge, now remember, keep those 12 words secure. And if you added additional words, that's great. Don't write those words down. Remember those words. Yeah, 127.2.2.2 is not bad. I like 127.0.4.6. Noidcoin, oh my god. But if just one person did it, great. If not, no big deal. I'm always around to answer any questions. What's the current price of cryptos go up and down by the minute? Yeah, people buying and selling. It's just the markets kind of set the price, right? What do you think about Monero? Yeah, I haven't done anything in Monero. I've been following it a little bit. It's been going up. It was the only coin going up when all the other ones were going down. So that's kind of interesting. We talked about taxes. In the U.S., I can tell you a little bit about the U.S. Long-term versus short-terms, their tax is an asset when you cash out. So if you bought Bitcoin when it was $5,000 and, well, 5,000 is a bad example. Let's say you bought Bitcoin when it was $1,000 a few years ago, and now you want to cash out today. You're going to get taxed at a lower amount because it's been so long, but it's going to be capital gain. So if you bought 1,000 and it's 15, you're getting taxed at the rate is, well, the rate's 25% of 14,000, I believe. So yeah, that's the short of it. Obviously, do your research. If you're cashing out a large amount, definitely talk to a tax advisor. They might not necessarily know a lot about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies right now, but they can do the research and they can give you the right answer. And just always account for taxes on this sort of stuff. I know it sucks that you can lose 25% of your gains, but it's not the end of the world because you've gained so much more. And obviously, you know, I feel like long-term holding, if possible. There's definitely, everyone has their own price where they can cash out and or need the money for something. So like, don't just hold on to it for holding sake. Hold on to it until you need it. But if you can, wait. If you're gonna invest around 10K, which site would you use? Yeah, Kraken's a really weird site. But it's probably not too bad. Polynex is probably pretty good too for 10K. But definitely invest a little bit first before you throw 10K at it, just so you get the basics. You don't want to transfer 10K and find out you screwed something up. So transfer like 500 first. I do trust the Ledger. I trust the Ledger a lot. It's a good hardware wallet. The CEO is a really cool guy. He's really responsible. He's on the subreddit all the time answering questions for people. It's really, really useful. And I like to see that in products. My stream schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Fridays typically, 8 p.m. Central to about midnight. I should re-give my 20. Yeah, Dwango. I should give the presentation I gave the Secret Service on Bitcoin in 2013. I want to say. I guess I should have mentioned that. I was hit up to do lead like a 2-hour presentation on Bitcoin for the Secret Service back in 2013 in Chicago. Yeah, so I think that's it, guys. Can you do another stream? Yes. I wanted to do, yes, let's explain what we're going to do. This was just a quickish course on how to set up a wallet and how to get started on Coinbase. The next time we do this, we'll do a quick rundown of wallets again. We're going to do a quick rundown of Coinbase, and then we'll show how to trade on GDAX so that you guys can avoid those fees. Again, this was set to be a way to explain Bitcoin to people from the very start, at least how to get started. Do your own research until then. I don't know when we're going to do it. We might do it next Sunday. We might do it the Sunday after. Reddit.com/r/Bitcoin. We'll continue to do talks like this every now and then and checking on everybody. There's a lot of research out there. Like I said, join the Discord. Join the community on cryptocurrencies. I'm happy to help answer anything. So is everybody else there. You guys are awesome. Guys, thank you so much. This was fun. I hope you guys learned something. And if not, let me know what I could do better. How Canadians Bitcoins from buying from? What? Same thing. You should be able to use Coinbase or other exchanges. It shouldn't be much different. All right, guys. Have a great night. Thank you so much. You guys have been great. Bye.